apologize, this one takes a little bit longer. IPv4 subject matter expert for big companies for a number of years. That's why, based on my experience. Okay. Yeah. Unicast, source destination, right? We care a lot about the destination. Where's this thing going? Other than doing something like putting it, somehow getting an invalid source address so that we can't return. Essentially, we care about where this thing's going. Multicast, from the perspective of the sender, who's actually sending the stream out to this group, the sender doesn't know really or care. It doesn't know there are receiver, if there are or not receivers. It just starts broadcasting. And then it's the middle is a network that's going to pick up the from there. We're going to use protocol independent multicast to at the layer 3 boundaries to sew this traffic together. We're going to be building distribution trees for traffic, and they're going to be able to rebuild dynamically. So as change in the network happen, that we keep up with it. We do it's called a reverse path calculation. We're looking at the really from the perspective of the last hop router. That's where a receiver is. Some machine has put one of those IGMP reports asking for a particular group. Now, it's looking for traffic. The source address actually is a unicast address. That's the actual device that's sending this stream. That's what I want. I want that device, this group. At these layer 3 boundaries, we're using the unicast route table. For the most part, we really we're going to depend on the unicast route table. Some exceptions. And that's to determine where the next interface is to create one of these trees towards that device. That from my perspective, when I do my MRoute, as you show IP MRoute, is that as I have this source, this group, the incoming interface is pointed to that next hop router. That's the unicast best path towards that source address. As it's going through this tree, it's only supposed to be forwarded if it's received on a designated incoming interface. If it doesn't, if from my last hop router, say I have multiple WAN connections, for example, I'm expecting it on interface 1 and it comes in interface 3. I'm going to drop it as a loop. That'll be relevant. And remember, we're dealing with unicast route tables. In this example, I know about a source. I have a group I want. This last hop router sees the best path as being the one to the left, and it sends joins up that. And each router along the way is making similar calculations. That's the best path to get to that unicast source address. In a dynamic large network, other branches, other parts of the network, as new receivers come in, they're doing similar work, and the routers in that path are making choices based on what they see the best unicast path towards that source. Now, obviously, if where you see the green on the left, if that middle router, if a source pops in there, well, it's already got the stream. It's easy to just start copying out now an additional outgoing interface. Okay. The problem we run into this is a serious one. We have something like EIGRP, which wants the multipath by default. And so in that case, as this traffic, I'm actually going to want to send joins out one way, the other, depending on where the hash lands. As far as that first hop router, where what's connected directly to that source, if it sees no. As I say here, that pathing is based on the highest next hop IP address, which you have to have a tiebreaker, but that's not necessarily the best one. And remember, these are equal cost paths, so they're either looks the same. On that top router, the first hop router, if I'm getting traffic in on the I'm supposed to get traffic in on the right-hand interface. If it comes in the left hand, I'm going to drop it as a loop. Okay. Cisco has a multipath command. They don't talk about it a lot. It's critical. And in fact, multipath, I think is so important that if I'm running a network, and particularly if I'm running a protocol like EIGRP, or I've set up for multipathing on my BGP, the thing is that I will turn on multipath. I just will. That way, as traffic dynamically reroutes, I don't want it just getting dropped. It oftentimes it takes some serious work to kind of force the traffic back on this other path. You don't want to have to go through that. Multipath command is really important. We're going to talk more about this down the road as we go more into specific commands. That's it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Suggest topics in the comments. Thanks.